being crowned the first ever World Parastanding Tennis Champions in doubles was really, really special and just will always be with us.
Imagine what it would have been like if we had it years ago. If you could replace my arm, I would run away so I could carry on playing parastanding tennis.
We're here to grow the sport for the next generation.
Yeah, cheers, bloody hell.
I'm Ross Cudmore, I'm 27 years old. I'm co-director of a tennis coaching company down in Hastings called Breakpoint Tennis. I'm a father of two. I was born with what they call Erb's palsy. It was a brachial plexus injury during birth. So I have little to no movement of my left arm and around the shoulder.
Wasn't made for this filming, though.
No. Posture's too bad, I'm like this.
Shrimp.
My stupid mates, that you can quote them as stupid friends. Everyone's got stupid friends, haven't they? And they are my stupid friends, Spud and Matt. And they're brilliant because they just have no fear of anything half the time.
Well, we've known each other for like, what?
16, 17 years?
50, well, year 7 at school, and we're all around 27 now, so a little while. Oh, he's a bit of a grumpy bugger, in all honesty, for the camera. Ross and I, we were at the pub, and we would just talk about tennis for hours, and Matt would just sit there awkwardly.
Learned to love it.
Yeah.
I think it makes a massive impact. Silly people who are just a bit positive, you know, doesn't have to be that serious.
Matt Grover, 31 years of age. I work for the Lawn Tennis Association, national governing body for tennis in Britain, as the wheelchair pathway manager. I have right-sided hemiplegia mild cerebral palsy, which is a coordination, muscle and functionality impairment, just affecting the right-hand side of my body. When I was growing up, my parents threw me into every single sport. I played tennis against players that had no impairment, no disability, and kind of saw it as like, I have this, my impairment doesn't define who I am. If anything, it's impacted more positively.
So often when people ask, has it impacted your life, they're assuming negative, what's the problem? It has affected my life massively, but in so many good ways where my friends always joke, you know, you'd be a really average tennis player, but you're a brilliant parastanding tennis player. And I've had many opportunities that I would say hardly I probably never would have had without having one arm. And now it's like, if you could replace my arm, I would run away so I could carry on playing parastanding tennis. Actually, Spud said, he's like, I reckon you'll like Matt when you meet him. He's like as tennis as you are. And I was like, he's probably not, but I will. And we met and I was like, I think he's more tennis than me.
But I think from that, we've actually formed a quality friendship. I think the catalyst for disability in parasport was London 2012. Like the first time where it was at the forefront of everyone's minds, there was packed stands, packed stadiums at the Paralympic Games. And I think from then on, it's actually started to snowball. There was an exhibition at the 1988 Seoul Paralympics before its full inclusion into the Paralympic programme in Barcelona in 1992 to where it is now, where you're seeing a fully integrated tour on the ITF circuit. It's at all the Grand Slams. The slams are now doing junior slams and role models within the sport that they could look up to, like Alfie Hewitt, Gordon Reed, Andy Lapthorne, Lucy Schuker, Jordan Wiley. It's only going to get bigger. But if we're looking at parastanding tennis, it's so inclusive, so accessible, there's no adaptation needed. You don't need to have any special equipment. Because of that platform and how the sport is moulded around those key pillars, it should be so easy just to slot in and integrate because it is there. It's high quality, it's a fan engagement sport, it's an attractive sport. So why can't we get to there? So we're here at Lee Valley Hockey and Tennis Centre. We're here for a parastanding tennis regional competition. It's the second one of the year, and it's kind of building the portfolio of domestic competitions across Great Britain into the lead up of the international events in the summer. Ultimately, for us, like the goal is always going to be the World Championships in Barcelona in June. So this is just all about getting match practice under the belt, building up to end of June. Ross is living his lovely life in Cyprus at the moment, so I'm sure he's training out there. But no, yeah. So he's out in Cyprus, but hopefully when he gets back, we obviously got grass court coming up, and then we're going to train a few bits and bobs before we head out to Barcelona.
He's all right, this guy.
Yeah, I'm happy with my place. Now on to the final.
In his growing up, he's travelled a lot across the countries playing different matches and that, but now he's got older and he's moved this side of the river. I don't get to see him an awful lot. I just think it's amazing what he's achieved through his growing up, and I have to be careful not to shout. I just get told to be quiet, Mum. My husband and I, we painted a tennis court on the lawn at the back, and we used to play tennis in the back garden, but no, right from an early age he played tennis.
Yeah. He loved tennis. He loved sport in general, and he's just like missing those conversations now about sport. And we used to moan. Mum and Dad together were just two individuals that just took me everywhere. They wouldn't care what the barrier was. They made it happen.
I'm just waiting for the checks.
They're not coming. They're not coming just yet. Yeah, no, obviously to come away with the win. Really confident, obviously builds confidence now going into the next few weeks. Yeah, the next one's going to be on grass. It's going to be interesting to, when you train on clay, to then go to grass. Yeah, thanks guys. See you soon.
There's pretty standard criteria for being a Paralympic sport. You need to have a proper classification system. There's arguments about where you draw the line between different categories and which types of disabilities should play together so that the playing field is as level as possible. In parastanding tennis right now, we use the para-badminton system. So that's already a Paralympic sport, and so they've done all of their research to get to this stage. For us, we're in the process of figuring that out now. We have 4 categories, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Category 1 is people who are the most mobile, and category 4 is people who generally are the least mobile. So category 1 is people who are missing one arm and otherwise have no other impairment. So that means that they're going to get around the court really easily, relatively speaking, or basically the same as a mainstream player. Category 2 is people like me, so I'm a below knee amputee on one side, and that means that I can still get around the court pretty well, and in my upper body I can serve much more normally, so that makes it a little bit easier there. Categories 1 and 2 both play with 1 bounce. When you get to category 3 and 4, both of those two play with 2 bounces. That's the only difference in rules from mainstream tennis. So category 3 would be people who are above knee amputees. So that means it's a lot harder to get around if you don't have a knee. So that affects your mobility. And 4 would be people with short stature, dwarfism, and so on. Then there are people with cerebral palsy who also play, and they tend to split between category 2 and category 3. So it depends on the severity of your CP. As the sport gets more and more well developed, the stakes get higher, the rewards get bigger. You need those kind of systems in place, and you need to make it easy for people as well.
Here today at Surbiton Racket Fitness Club for the first ever parastanding tennis tournament on grass. A club like Surbiton with a bit of history makes it all a bit more fun. This will be a good test for us this weekend. There's a big turnout, lots of players.
My name's Adam Hills. I am a parastanding tennis player and part-time comedian. I've always wondered if there was a way of playing tennis against people with disabilities like mine. I've got a below knee prosthesis and was always told that if I wanted to go to the Paralympics, I had to play in a wheelchair. And tennis in a wheelchair just wasn't the way I played it.
So my name's Georgia Routledge. I'm from Norfolk. I recently turned 21 and I'm the current PST3 world champion. So I have cerebral palsy on the right side of my body. Having this level playing field is just, it's been amazing.
What I've found with parastanding tennis is that there are already parastanding tennis players around the world who don't know about the sport. Do you know what I mean? There's all these people have come out of the woodwork since we've started talking about it and making it public. There was a guy in Sydney who lived in outback Australia, turned up to a come and try day and went, just got one arm and went, mate, I've been playing against my mates for years. I didn't realise I could play against people like me. And that's exactly it. There's all these people out there and now they've realised, oh, hang on, there's a place for us.
I feel like people ask me a lot, you know, why do you think there's not enough women? Yeah, having someone to play with just is going to hopefully get more women in. Obviously growing up, I wish I had the same sort of thing. You know, you had wheelchair players to look up to, but it's not the same. I don't want to, not to sound horrible, I don't want to look up to someone in a wheelchair because I'm not in a wheelchair. You know, I want someone who's similar. So yeah, I absolutely hope that I can sort of be a trailblazer and help push it and help get more women in and also just more players. We just want everyone. No, it's okay. I just thought we were at Sorry, my bad.
And I met with the British Paralympic Association and they said, you need basically a certain amount of people around the world playing it. You need to have a really robust classification system and you need to have a really good ranking system. So we're putting the last two in place and what we need is more people to play it, basically. But eventually, we want Paralympics and we want Grand Slams. And in order to do that, you need like the governing bodies of each country to adopt it and get on board. The ITF have just issued a memorandum of understanding saying they'll support parastanding tennis. I really think this sport could be huge.
Let's do it, man.
Simple tennis.
Dive on grass, he's going to do it?
Oh, mate. I think I'm broken enough as it is.
Good. Big.
Short little volley on grass is the best.
It's the way to play grass courts. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, nice shot.
Too bad. He's the only player so far who's been smart enough to serve straight to my backhand.
Yeah, I know. He's just showed like 10, like so good, like his tennis brain at 10. It's so amazing.
He knows what's going on, yeah.
You know, look at him. He's 10 and he's hitting like that. The next Paralympics that parastanding tennis could possibly be in is 2036, at which point he'll be 21, 22. Like you might be looking at the first Paralympic gold medalist in parastanding tennis.
We didn't know anything about Paralympic sport when we were growing up. So I think that's for us, just putting ourselves out there and actually being those individuals with the passion, with the ambition to grow the sport and have that powerful influence on coaches, on new players, on families that may see sport as a barrier. Why not?
All of a sudden, it seems really, really realistic.
That one?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Well played, guys. Luke, good stuff. We got that way.
Played, mate. Good play.
Well played. Enjoy that. It's fun.
And the winners of the doubles final, Matthew and Ross.
At the elite level, you don't come here for a jolly. Like, you don't come here just to like have some fun in the sun. You come here because this is serious sport. And hopefully no one fights each other.
But my other biggest rival is Mr. Ivan Correccia.
Van is a tactical machine.
It's pressure's all on him. From Spain, Barcelona, home city, brothers here. I've got nothing to do. I'm just going to go free swing.
Really close tie break. Blimey, Ross. Done time.
Right, Nat, why are we here today?
Well, we're here at, we're at Lexus, let me start that again.
Matt, world champion Matt by now, are we at this point? World champion here, Matt, why are we here today at Eastbourne?
Yeah, so we're here today at Lexus Eastbourne Open. We're doing a bit of a demonstration of power standing tennis and with 2 other wheelchair players, and then we're doing a come and try, so if there's anyone that wants to come and have a go at wheelchair tennis, they're more than welcome to come down. And then this guy is doing the coin toss on centre court for the second match. How are you feeling about that, Ross?
I admit, probably more nervous than any of the tennis so far.
Like try and grip the racket. If you want to use racket, you want to grip 4 fingers underneath.
And I know there's going to be people there already. That I know, people that I coach. Like, we're going to be there on that day. Like, we're going to come and watch. To start to show them what it is really all about.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. I'll go on to do the coin toss. Grab something to eat. Try not to panic.
Let it go on the floor. Don't catch
It's not like it's in the middle and we're looking back this way.
Well, this way. All good, simple.
For Ross to actually go and do the coin toss on court 1, actually seeing people in the stands, and actually people knowing and hearing about the sport and his successes last year as 2024 European and World Doubles Champion, it's fantastic to see. I think the come and try and people just walking by and actually just seeing power standing tennis and actually asking questions as well, being really curious about the actual sport is fantastic to see.
As well, actually, the number 1 question we got was probably, what match is this? You know, people just thought it was part of the tournament, which was cool, especially the kids. They were like, oh, what match is this? What's your name? Are you famous?
Winning this year, it's beyond my wildest dreams. I said to myself in the baseline at 7-2, I went, do you know what? Have a swing, see what happens, and to win it 10-7, one of the best experiences I've ever been a part of. All eyes on now defending our doubles title. I want the title for Ross. I want us to go back to back. and was going to give it everything.
Obviously, I've been having trouble with my knee this week. The singles was a lot of running, a lot of moving. First doubles I actually played, it was terrible, and I was in pain the whole time. So we'll see.
Ross has got a slightly dodgy knee that he hasn't been complaining about all day. Could definitely pose a problem. We went to get some lunch and Ross was limping up the stairs, but hopefully he'll be alright.
Where there was no pressure last year, it was just more fun. Like, the doubles was just a laugh, and then all of a sudden we're in the final going, oh, hang on a minute, we're going to win this.
Everyone's looking at us as the defending champs, so the pressure's on us.
I think just so much more confidence in it, and I have more fun playing doubles, so I prefer it.
When you go to a World Championship, like, you go to win both. No one's going to remember and say you're a singles world champion, doubles world champion, you're just a world champion. And yes, it's more pressure when you're on the court with the partners to feel like you don't want to let them down.
What's interesting about para-standing tennis is that it is a level playing field. Physically, you're playing against people like you, but it's also a level playing field emotionally, because you're not turning up as the one guy who looks weird. You know, Alex Hunt, he was top 2,000 in the world, able-bodied. He's the only person with a limb difference to get an ATP point. And he turned up at his first para-standing tournament and went, oh my God, this is the first time everyone's not looking at me. Said, this is the first time I've turned up to a tournament and I'm like, how does that guy serve? And how do they serve? What ends up happening is it's a level playing field on the court and off the court.
For me, the priority is the number of people that we have playing and the experience that those people have, not just at the highest level events, but also locally being able to play with other people like them as easily as possible in the place that they live.
Won't talk about where you got the kids to come over to me and say, go and ask him about 9-8 or...
Yeah, ask him about match point in the final.
Yeah.
Is it since we last saw each other that they released that it's kind of the official ranking system now? They're just putting that together.
Yes, yeah.
These could all be like, these would be tournaments, wouldn't they, where you'd be looking at ranking points and big ranking points for someone like Eastbourne.
Yeah, like an international
one. It all starts to
one.
feel a bit more real, doesn't it? We're not just sort of playing as exhibitions. There's going to be a real purpose to it. I mean, there's been quite a few good things, amazing things in the last year, especially, I mean, you've won a world championship and we made another final, which was unbelievable.
Yeah.
We lost, but we made another final, which was brilliant.
I think it just shows where the sport is going.
It's great that we had more coverage this year of the World Championships. We had SBS in Australia covered it and posted bits.
Yeah,
we had Nikki with the BBC this year.
Yeah, he did an interview, didn't he? Yeah, he did an interview.
How proud would you be, Nikki, if you saw para-standing involved at a Paralympics one day?
Well, that's the dream. For so many of us, we understand that this is going to be something for that next generation. We need to reach so many more people. There are so many people out there who have these similar disabilities, love tennis, want to get involved, but maybe just don't know this exists yet.
I think we could be really proud of everything that's happened so far this year. And there's still more to do this year. We've got the next tournament that's going to be on the biggest stage, an international stage at the US Open.
Like them having 16 players this year, having female players there for the first time this year is a step in the right direction. And for it to be happening alongside the tennis event, the wheelchair tennis event, it just shows that greater inclusion and accessibility that para-standing tennis deserves to be on that platform.
Just keep talking about para-standing tennis. It's like a new CrossFit, you know. Do you know how you know if someone does CrossFit? They'll tell you, right?
I think we're at a stage where I think personally it's about to boom. And with more national associations, more players, national governing bodies coming on board, more tournaments, pathway opportunities, the world is endless and the opportunities are going to be endless.
Every time I see disability sport, it just blows me away a little bit more to realise what it actually does for people. And I don't think you really know that until you see it. We don't know who the best para-standing tennis player in the world is yet. They may well be out there somewhere and they just haven't heard about the sport.
When you see someone adapting to, you know, what they have or haven't got, it's, you know, it's incredible to watch.
But we're all there for the same purpose. We're there to grow the sport. Yes, we're there to compete and win against each other, but we all revert back to we're here to grow the sport for the next generation.
There's going to be opportunities for players to do incredible things across the board that I don't think I can even put into words.